Hello, I was taking a test NEN 3140, and this seems to be a pretty typical bureaucratic test. So basically, I assume it was made by some incompetent office person who doesn't actually work with electrics. I mean, I guess it's for electrics from what I see. And the objective over here, I assume, is just to lower the insurance cost or something, because it's clearly made by an incompetent person, and I'm just gonna show you completely random questions. Okay, so let's start with the first one. When are insulating gloves needed? First of all, does the person even know what insulating gloves look like? That's the first question. And second, are they even authorized to use these insulating gloves? So you cannot just pick them up and use them. You actually have to be instructed for these type of gloves. And then third of all, are you even allowed to work under voltage? So those are the first questions. And what's the supposed correct answer? So this green part is telling me that this is supposed to be the correct answer. When there is risk of contact with AC voltage. So are you telling me that DC voltage cannot kill you? Yeah, it can. And then it gives me two other stupid answers. During mechanical work. Oh, hold on a second. Sometimes you should wear gloves with mechanical work. Sometimes you should not wear gloves with mechanical work. So let's say, for example, there is a conveyor belt or something and it can snag your gloves. You should not wear gloves or outdoor work. But it says insulating gloves. So for example, over here I would emphasize insulating gloves, but not talking about normal gloves. Like, you need to specify, you need to be clear. Or whatever. Next question. What are S-chains? Yeah, good question. What the fuck are S-chains? I never heard of this, and I do not care. Just explain what are S-chains. Whatever. Specifically designed electrical circuits for critical applications where safety is essential. Why the fuck do you need a specific term for this? Just safety circuits. That's it, safety circuits. Everyone knows what a safety circuit is. A circuit for safety, right? This is what pisses me off. Idiots who make specific words, specific terms, and then they require you to learn their specific terminology. Just to confuse people, just to make shit up. Like, they're just trying to steal your money with these random certification, like, oh, are you NEN 3140 certified? Oh, you don't know what an S-chain is? Oh, what are you? Are you even an electrician? Fuck off. Who monitors compliance with safety and health legislation? Like, first of all, health and safety is everyone's responsibility. Everyone's. And second of all, it's not my fucking job to monitor it. It's the job of some HR person or health and safety officer or some manager, and then it's the labor inspectorate. That's none of my business. Okay, this is none of my business. As an electrician, this is not my business. Who monitors the fucking paperwork? Fuck off. Who is the work manager? Good question. Who the fuck is the work manager? You keep seeing this terminology like work manager and installation manager. There's no such words. This doesn't exist. Like, each workplace has their own structure, has their own hierarchy. So some workplaces have supervisors, some have shift supervisors, some have electrical supervisors and mechanical supervisors. Some have general managers. It depends on your specific workplace. Don't just ask me some superficial and vague shit like, who is the work manager? Okay, well, we are at work and the person is a manager. Like, what does that even mean? Who cares? Who knows? And yeah, so The answer is the person responsible for safety during a specific task. Again, everyone is responsible. The person directly responsible for the safety of electrical installations. So, doesn't this, like, look, if this NEN is for electrical stuff, shouldn't I pick the electrical answer? Like, specific task. What tasks? Be specific. You're not being specific if you just say, oh, for specific tasks. Like, a lot of answers over here are just very vague stuff. Like, you're gonna see in some other place. You're gonna see a question where it says something like, oh, what tools should we use? Oh, specific tools. That's what it says. We should use specific tools. What tools? Say the tools. Someone with knowledge and experience to recognize and prevent electrical hazards. Like, okay, isn't that the same shit? Like, this is, and again, so for a lot of these questions, it's just arguing semantics. So if you put, let's say, someone with 30 years experience as an electrician, but whose English speaking skills are pretty mediocre, you know, he doesn't speak English well, he's gonna look at this and he's gonna read something like this. Work manager. This is what he will read, okay? Work manager. Person, safety, electrical installations. Okay. Person, safety, specific task. What? Someone, experience, prevent electrical hazard. Like, he's not gonna understand the difference, okay? And this is a huge problem with these type of tests, because this is more of a test for people who just remember mechanically, like a robot, okay? Because this is just an A, B, C type of test, grill test, or whatever the term for this type of test is. The test is not actually a person in front of you and you need to explain the person and you're having a conversation. No, this is just a test where you pick the right answer, A, B, or B, or C. This does not make you think. It's just arguing semantics. Like, if you have someone with poor English speaking skills, he's probably gonna pick the wrong answer. Like, I picked the wrong answer, for example. Like, what the fuck does it even mean? Whatever. What is the purpose of health and safety legislation? It says right over here, health and safety. That's the fucking purpose. We all know what health and safety is. Like, stop asking stupid fucking vague shit. And yeah, health and safety does improve working condition. Like, it does improve working conditions. Like, if you're working in a safe environment, that does improve the working condition, right? It does optimize the process. If you do not have accidents, think about it. If you do not have accidents, you optimize the production process, right? Because if you have accidents, then the factory will have to stop. You know, someone has an accident, whatever. Like, again, arguing semantics. This is a good one, and this is broken English. Okay, so imagine this, because this is a test in Europe, not America. So a lot of people have broken English over here. A lot of people don't even speak English in Europe. So, what does all information regarding the electrical installation include? Broken English. What are you even talking about? What does all information... Jesus Christ. It should be worded differently. It should be worded something like schematics, drawings, and operation instructions include all information regarding electrical installation. And the answer is no, it does not. It includes some electrical information, but not all. And there's also a stupid answer like marketing plans and strategies. What? Come on. Like, who the fuck picks this? Like, whatever, man. Whatever. What should be done during a temporary interruption of maintenance? Like, for some of these questions, you really have to be an idiot to pick the wrong answer, you know, like... Okay, next. When should work managers and installation manager be periodically instructed? It's not my fucking duty. It's not my fucking duty. Okay? This is a question for some general manager or someone who makes sure that his employees are instructed, and I don't know, it depends, like maybe each year, maybe every 2 years, like it depends on what you want to instruct him on. Like, instruct him on what exactly? What machinery? Like, be specific. And it just gives me like a random. Look at what the supposed correct answer is after a serious incident within a year. Fuck no. This is too late. He should be instructed before the serious incident occurs. And why is it within a year? It should be immediately. Like, Jesus Christ. So, a serious incident occurred, and you're gonna wait 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, until you finally decide to instruct the person? Like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? What is this? What is the purpose of NEN 3140? Yeah, good question. Good question. And again, who cares? Like, why are you asking me this? I don't care. I see. I know it sounds stupid for a lot of idiots, but I honestly do not care. Like, just tell me what you want and that's it. Like, I get it. It's something about safety. Whatever, just move on. Like, and this is a fraudulent statement. It's just a bunch of bureaucratic shit. Anyway, why is it important to adhere to safety? Like, look, another example. You see how I'm taking every single question. I'm barely skipping over. Almost every single one of them is stupid. To minimize accidents and injuries. To prevent accidents and injuries. It's the same fucking shit. Like, if you go up to a regular person, okay, and you say, hey, I want to prevent accident and injuries. Oh, what? Or if you go and tell them, I want to minimize accidents and injuries. Oh, what are you talking about? I don't understand. What do you mean? Oh, sorry, I meant to say, I want to prevent accidents and injuries. It's the same fucking shit. And they both increase productivity. Like, because honestly speaking, like that's the main objective over here. Like, companies do not care about the health and safety of people, to be honest. So stop trying to bullshit us. We know what your objective is. Like, listen, when your manager says that you need to be on time at work, and you're trying to tell him that you had an emergency, or there was traffic, or this and that, or you woke up late, he doesn't give a shit. He's gonna fire you for being late. He doesn't care. Magically, he does not care about health and safety. Like, how many times do we hear bosses trying to tell us to move faster, move faster, move faster? That's against health and safety, okay? So, this is actually the correct answer. They just want to increase productivity. They do not care about accidents or injuries. They want higher productivity without accidents or injuries. So, stop trying to bullshit me with fucking lies. This pisses me off. Like, you're lying to my face. Honestly, you are lying to my face. Like, anyone who works in maintenance in a factory knows that the first and foremost objective is to get the machine running as fast as possible. They care far less about accidents and injuries. They just want to blame the employee. For fuck's sake. What should be checked after completing work? All of them. You need to check the functionality, if it works or not, You need to check the safety, that it doesn't hit anyone, that it has all the doors closed. You need to check the efficiency. You know, maybe it works well on low speed, but when the machine goes on higher speed, it does not work properly anymore. And you still need to wait near the machinery. You don't just put it in use and that's it. You move away. You need to observe it after completing work. You need to stay there and observe it and be ready. And be ready to stop the machinery. That's what you need to check. You need to check that it works, and you need to be ready to stop the machinery. It just says some superficial bullshit. And it's not even correct. What is an example of electrical injury? The electrical injury. Like, and who cares? Like, why are you asking me stupid shit? Jesus Christ. Like, if you're gonna treat me like a low IQ idiot, then show some pictures. Like, you should. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, next question. How should skills for working under voltage be maintained? Training, qualification, experience, be with a senior person. So, like I said, so without reading the answers. Okay, so through internal training. Well, internal training will. If you are with a senior person, like I said, that's internal training. That's the most important thing above all else. You need to be with someone who is experienced there. Annual evaluations. Like, what kind of evaluations? Like, again, being vague and not specific. Through practical experience. Look, practical experience does matter. But when it comes to bureaucrats and office politics, they hate practical experience because practical experience goes against their bureaucracy. Okay? Practical experience says that you need to improvise things. You need to do things that are against the rules. Okay? That's practical experience, whether you like it or not. Like, practical experience says that you shouldn't follow company procedures. I mean, or additional training. What training? Again, being vague and you say over here additional training, but you also said over here internal training. Like, isn't internal training additional training? Like, just training. Like, okay, what the fuck ever. Another stupid question. Which law? I stop at which law. I'm not even gonna read the rest of this shit. I don't care. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a bureaucrat. I don't care. It's none of my business. Which law, which article, this and that. It's none of my business which law, of which paragraph, of which bullshit lawyer and shit. I'm not. This is a good one. What do measurements include? This is one of the best examples. What do measurements include? Ask your friend. What do measurements include? What are you even talking about? Are you drunk? What the fuck are you talking about? What measurements? Are we measuring kilometers over here? Are we measuring distance? Are we measuring height? Are we measuring temperature? What are you talking about? Jesus Christ, this is broken English. Holy shit. Like, I seriously cannot believe how bad this question is. All activities necessary to determine thermal values. All activities? Okay, hold on. So you're saying that all activities where you need to determine thermal values, you mean temperature? That's how normal people talk. Like, let's say that you want to determine the temperature. Okay. So, one of the activities is to take measurements of temperature. Okay. I mean, yeah, the electrician can take thermal values, how you say it, temperature, like let's say with a thermal gun, okay, look, see, so you see over here, you got a thermal gun, and you look at a motor, for example, and you're gonna see, oh, this motor has this temperature, oh, this motor has higher temperature, it's not working properly. Like, an electrician can take thermal readings, okay? And that's electromechanical, a motor, mechanical values. I mean, it can be pressure. What kind of mechanical values are you even talking about? What is that's so extremely vague. Say something like pressure. You look at the pressure. Electricians do look at pressure values. If it's high pressure or low pressure, what the fuck? Electrical values. Like what? Be specific. Jesus Christ. So, what I was saying before, this fucking bullshit test, NEN whatever, keeps repeating these stupid terms that nobody should ever use. Installation manager, work manager, executor. Like what, from StarCraft executor? You know, the Protoss, like this, you know? See? Executor is a high class Protoss Templar. This is what I think, or what, like someone who executes someone, like someone who kills. What the fuck is an executor? This is so vague and made up. These are made up terms. Nobody uses this shit. Jesus Christ. Who must approve maintenance procedure? Shut the fuck up. What are operating actions? Again, random vague bullshit that doesn't mean anything. Like, we're just throwing terms at a wall. We're just throwing shit at a wall and see what it sticks. Operating actions. Actions that change the maintenance status. Look, and Jesus, I can't even read this because it's such broken English. My God, actions that, like, who talks like this? Who talks like this? Actions that change the status of an electrical installations. That's what an operating action is. Nobody talks like this. And if you're gonna change the status of an electrical installation, that can also be relevant to maintenance, you know. My God, like, if you take out a light from the ceiling because of maintenance or whatever, you know, because you want to change it, yeah, that's maintenance. You're still changing the status of the electrical installation if you take out a light. Actions that change the economic value of an installation. Like, look, if you, so example, I had a case where a boss wanted to have a hallway with less lights. Okay, so there were a lot of lights in this hallway, and he wanted the hallway to have only half the lights be on. So yes, I was changing the economic value of the installation because having less lights be on meant that you use less electricity, so less money being wasted. So that's all three. Who must ensure the repairs of defects affecting safety? Again, like, you can go to any factory, like, maintenance. That's who ensures the repair. Maintenance. The people working at maintenance do the repair. Like, that's what a normal person would answer. And it just gives you the answer for managers. Like, no, the managers direct other people They manage. That's where the term manager comes from. They manage other people. They do not do the repairs themselves because they're managers. Well, sometimes they might. Sometimes they might. But normally they direct other people. Personnel manager. A manager does work with personnel. Executive manager. Well, is he an executive or a manager? Look, I'm gonna go to the definition. Executive, okay? Look, a person who puts something into effect. Like, this is so vague, but you would think that it's a person who does it himself, right? What are high-risk tasks? Task with the risk of electrical compacts, sure, okay. I mean, it can be high risk, maybe, maybe not. I mean, you can have arcs with stuff that isn't high risk. So let's say lighter arc. You see, lighters can have arcs. You see, those are not dangerous. Like, it might hurt you a little bit, but that's not high risk. Short circuits. So again, if you have something really low voltage, like, you know, like for this can have a short circuit, but this is not dangerous. A 12-volt LED, you know, just because something can have a short circuit doesn't make it dangerous. Or, I mean, high risk. Like, this shit cannot even cause a fire. It cannot even overheat, okay? You can touch it all you want, but it's not a high risk. But sometimes it can be high risk if it's high voltage. Okay, so what are high risk tasks? Tasks with a risk of mechanical damage. What so the look, mechanical damage. See, gears, mechanical. This is mechanical, right? If you put your hand over here, that's high risk. It's mechanical. It's high risk. High tasks with a risk of thermal damage. Like, again, high temperature. It can be high risk. What the fuck? Like, you can take it either way. Like, any one of these three can be low risk and high risk. But it's just, like, it's irrelevant whether it's thermal, mechanical, or electrical. It's irrelevant. Jesus Christ. Who is responsible for a safe working environment? Everyone. Everyone is. The employee, the employer, visitors. Visitors are neither employees nor employers. So, for example, when a visitor comes, he needs to adhere to the proper procedures and wear, let's say, a hard hat or gloves, or stay within the yellow lines. Look, yellow lines factory. Okay, so one or two more examples. What precautions are required for work in confined conductive spaces? One of them is using ventilation, because you can have gases, one of them. But that's not the only one. You should list all the requirements. But why are we talking about confined spaces? Like, that's a special thing. Special, so the supposed correct answer is special precautions due to increased risk. What special precautions and what risk? Why are you being so vague? Like, this is so completely worthless. When should a safety helmet be replaced? If the helmet is damaged, okay, agree. But if the helmet has fallen, what? Hold on. So if a helmet falls off your head, you should replace it? What? I mean, let's say for example it falls off and you're like 20 meters high up. I guess. But that means if your helmet is lost, right? Like, of course you're gonna fucking get another helmet or get it back. Like, this is so useless. Jesus Christ. What measures should be taken during maintenance work? Take all the necessary safety measures. Okay, what safety measures? Like, that's what the test should be. What are the fucking safety measures and precautions? Oh, another reason. Take some precautions. What precautions? Take some necessary safety measures. What safety? And by the way, safety and precautions are almost the same thing. Like, tell me the difference. Like, precautions are safety measures, basically. Like, it's the same thing. Like, stop being... This is all arguing semantics. Okay, one last one. What should the work manager do upon completion of maintenance work? Like, again, we're talking about installation managers and maintenance and fucking executor. Like, this shit doesn't exist. You're just making shit up. Okay, another example. What work methods should be followed for working under voltage? First of all, do not work under voltage. And in real life, for people who do work under voltage, they are 100% certain of what they are doing. So they don't need to hear this stupid bullshit. Because they know what they are doing. Okay? And there's other specialized people who work at high voltage lines, but that's none of your business. Okay, these people know what they are doing. You do not know what you're doing. So what methods should be followed? Follow standard work procedures. I mean, there are standards, there are work procedures for working under voltage. There are. I mean, there are methods to prevent overloading, but that's kind of irrelevant for working under voltage. But I think there are some cases where, whatever. Measures to prevent contact, hazard, and short-circuiting. I mean, if you're gonna work under voltage, there is the high risk of short circuits and contact hazards. Because you are working under voltage. Like, it doesn't make any sense. What are you even talking about? Again, same deal. What should people involved in electrical engineering work wear? Suitable clothing. Gee, thanks. And personal protective equipment. Okay, so this is a term you constantly hear. PPE. But PPE is suitable. I mean, I guess it can be suitable clothing in some instances, I guess. Like if it's a hazmat suit or something, I don't know. Jesus Christ. What should be done when detecting faults? Follow established procedures. Gee, thanks. This is a good one. What type of maintenance are there? Preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance. It's the same thing. Like, maintenance is there to correct stuff or to prevent stuff or do regular maintenance. Like, it's just fucking maintenance. Like, why are you complicating shit with this fucking stupid question? It's just maintenance. Jesus Christ, it's just maintenance. My God. What must all persons working on the electrical installations receive? Instructions about the safety risks and company regulation. Okay, well, hold on. Company regulations are given to all employees. So it's irrelevant to fucking specifically persons working on their electrical installations. And safety risks. Electricians are not gonna receive some fucking pamphlet for every time they work about the safety risks. Every time they open a panel. Like, who thinks about this? Like, they already know the risks. They're fucking electricians. They don't need the fucking pamphlet or your stupid company regulations. Like, he's gonna talk to the fucking manager beforehand. Like, Jesus Christ. Information about company structure and just fuck off with the mission. Company structure, company regulation, like it's... I mean, look, listen. Company structure, like what? Who's the manager? Who's the supervisor? Who's this and that? Like, that's a bit more relevant and important than some stupid company regulations. Like, you know, a lot of the stuff with company regulations are just bullshit that doesn't actually apply. It's just in case they want to point fingers at someone. Instructions on general safety guidelines and company... Like, look, company objectives, company regulations, company structures, same shit. General safety guidelines, safety risks, like, I just hear the same shit. Who must ensure that all safety regulations are met? Everyone, right? Everyone. Safety is the job of everyone. Work manager and personnel manager. Like, a personnel manager can be a work manager can be a personnel manager. Like, what's the difference? Again, what is the purpose of policy, rules on working conditions legislation? Like, I don't fucking give a shit about the legislation. But the answer is, well, the answer is suggestions on how to achieve minimum protection. Wait, minimum protection? You want maximum protection. You want to be protected as good as possible. Why would you want the bare minimum amount of protection? It doesn't make sense. Like, let's say, what, the cheapest gloves, the worst gloves possible, the cheapest quality on gloves? Like, what do you mean by minimum protection? You want the best protection. Jesus Christ. How can switchgear be secured against unintended activation? How many of you know what switchgear is? I'll tell you what it is. Buttons. How can buttons be secured so that idiots do not press them? That's how it should be worded. By locking the operating mechanism and plating. Okay. So it can be locked. Oh, whatever. Okay, like this is a bureaucratic exam. What should be documented during inspections of electrical tools? What kind of inspections are we talking about? Like formal inspections? Like, or just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a quick look at this tool and see if it's okay or not. Like, what kind of electrical tools? Inspections should be documented with inspection stickers or registers. Like, newsflash, not everyone does this. Some people do, some people don't. Like, that's the reality. You know what? Your fucking stickers are not as important as actually inspecting the fucking shit. Stop caring so much about fucking stickers and registers. This is just for fucking bureaucrats and managers and people who want to point fingers, because if something bad goes on, he's gonna say, oh well, he wrote in the register. Oh well, he put the sticker, so it's not my fault. Fuck you. People who put stickers and fill out registers, fuck you. Seriously. Who is the installation manager? Again, good question. Who the fuck is it? Who should be well instructed? As opposed to what? Poorly instructed? About safety aspects of their work. Everyone? Like, right? Everyone should be instructed about the safety aspect of their work? Like, what's wrong with that? All personnel working in offices. You know what? Offices do have hazards. For example, if you have a kitchen and there is some water on the counter, you know, with some appliances, you know, the question is, should you clean up the mess? Yes? No? What if it looks like it has an electrical hazard, you know, toaster, water, something? You see an outlet somewhere and it looks broken. Like offices can have hazards too, I guess. Who monitors compliance with the health, safety and health legislation? Not me. Stop asking me. It's not me. What does the CE marking on personal protective equipment mean? Absolutely nothing. Because there is no fucking European standard. Because the Chinese shit can just get into our country and, for example, put our lives in danger with external batteries, with the lithium batteries that can just overheat and explode. I mean, you've all heard of the stupid Samsung phones or iPhones. Like, those iPhones are way too sensitive. They can break way too easily and they have lithium batteries. They should not be allowed. Same with laptops. They destroy whatever. Again, with the installation manager, work manager, general manager, like, fuck off with the managers. It's none of my business. How often should the inspections of electrical tools be carried out? It depends. Based on factors such as frequency of use and environment. Yeah, just fucking being as vague as possible. And you know what? So, supposedly, the wrong answer is when problems are suspected. Hold on, you're telling me that when problems are suspected, I should not inspect the tool? And if I have a fixed monthly or whatever, maybe weekly, maybe monthly, maybe every 3 months, I should not inspect it? Jesus Christ. When should eye protection be worn? During any risk of eye injury. Why is it only electrical work? And you know what? Chemical substances. There are people who wear masks. You know, look. Mask, chemists. See? Like, this protects the eyes, right? You see? So, what happened? I mean, sometimes you can work with chemical substances which are hazardous materials and you should wear eye protection. Like, Jesus Christ. Well, whatever. This test is fucking bullshit. What should be done before parts of electrical? They should be checked for proper operation. Why should... Yeah, I have a fucking attention deficit disorder when it comes to stupid bullshit. It becomes so extremely difficult for me to focus when it's such stupid bullshit. What should be done before parts of an electrical installation are disconnected from power sources? Okay, so you want to disconnect? So you want to disconnect parts of an electrical installation. Okay, like a light bulb, I guess. You want to disconnect a light bulb from its power source. What should you do? And the correct answer is it should be disconnected from the power source. That's the fucking question! Jesus Christ. What is a voltage indicator? Like a fucking meter? Like a voltage pen? Like a device? Like, look. Industrial panel. Okay. So we got... You see, on the industrial panel, you see these little things? Those can indicate the volts. Those are voltage indicators. See? A multimeter can indicate the volts or voltage, whatever. See? Analog one. A pen tester can indicate if you have volts or not. You see? Voltage indicator. Like, you're not even using the proper terms. And it says a two-pole instrument indicating whether an installation is live. Whether it is live or what? Finish the sentence. Whether it is live or not. A single pole device that does not indicate. This one doesn't even make sense. If it doesn't indicate, then what does it indicate? Like, Jesus Christ. And who cares if it's two-pole? Like, look, this pen tester it has no fucking poles. And who cares how many, like, who cares about the fucking poles? It's irrelevant. There are meters. I don't know how to search for it. I think something like, I don't know. Yeah, something like this. And it's still two poles. Well, whatever. Yeah. Right. Anyway, you get the point. It's all filled with such stupid bullshit. Okay, one last one. What are electrical tools? Tools that use electricity. Electrically powered tools. Yeah, electrical tools are electrically powered tools, like, Jesus Christ. Such as drills and saws. Really? Saws? Okay. So this is not an electrical tool. Is this? Is this an electrical tool? I mean, it says saw. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. 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 So, a rotary saw can be a fucking electrical tool. Like, Jesus Christ, this person never saw a saw in his fucking life. Jesus Christ. And what are the two other answers? Electrical tools. Office equipment such as printers and scanners. Technically, these are tools, I guess. And they do use electricity. So, I mean, if your English speaking skills are poor, you can think of them as tools. Like, if you use it, it's a tool. Hammers are tools. Screwdrivers are tools. They are not electrical, but neither are saws. Like, whoever did this test is a fucking moron, and he can go fuck himself. Like, he can go fuck himself, honestly. There was another question. Look, okay. Last one, I promise. When should hearing protection be worn? At noise levels above 85 decibels. Do you go around with a fucking decibel meter measuring how many fucking decibels there are? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, you're gonna decide by yourself if it's too loud or not. And by the way, don't fucking use any hearing protection. Like, that's... Look. I just put it in Google. Hearing protection. Okay? This is what you should be using. These fucking headphone looking things. You should not use these pieces of shit that do not work. These are bullshit. Do not use these small things. They're bullshit. They're horrible. They should be banned. Okay, that's the important thing. These should be banned. They can cause ear canal infections. Like, see, this piece of shit. They should not be used. You should use the fucking proper big one, and that's it. Like, that's how the fucking question should be. Anyway, fuck this shit. Fuck everything. Have a nice day.